What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Tej pack. Tej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliate and scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tej Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tej Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tej Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tej Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tej pack. Feel the Tej, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in to the Millionaire Morning Show. It's Friday. Friday. No fumble on the Friday, ladies and gentlemen. So we want to make sure that everybody is having a good time, that you guys are excited about the weekend, and then more importantly, you're not out here fumbling no bags on a Friday. What do y'all think about that? No fumble on Fridays. I try to make Friday a little bit more interactive. I try to make it a lot more enjoyable, kind of like take the pressure off. I'm very much excited about spending some time with my baby. A lot of y'all think I'm talking about my daughter, Leslie. No, my daughter, Leslie, is out having a good time, and she's traveling the country right now, as she usually does. My daughter travels like way more than I do. She's always traveling and having a good time. She spends her summer really being active and participating, and she's not sitting around the house getting caught up and getting in trouble with a lot of different stuff. But I get to spend some time with my Porsche. I might make a few TikToks, a few Instagram reels, you know, drop a couple things to make a couple people jealous. You know how it is. I got a question about that in a general sense, right? What do you think that jealousy comes from? Because it's the weird dynamic behind jealousy. And I'm going to make sure I tackle these super chats as they come in, because I went up and I was doing some interacting on the whiteboard and stuff like that. But I got some new equipment coming. I got some lapel mics and things like that probably makes it a lot more interactive. I got some better whiteboards. Actually, I got some glass boards that's here. That's on the way. But what do you think? What do you guys think makes people jealous? Where do you think that jealousy comes from? Because I don't understand it. You know, when I see people getting money, I actually celebrate people getting money. When I see people leveling up and becoming successful, I celebrate them leveling up and becoming successful. I make sure that I bring people along and they get bags along with you. When I see somebody doing something awesome, it's inspiring. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, hey, Anton, you can do it too if they can do it. And so all you have to do is make some adjustments. Maybe you even align with them so you can better understand how they're moving, and then you can become successful. As a matter of fact, I'd be even willing to pay for mentorship to understand, or pay for their time to better understand exactly how they're moving so that I can possibly implement a little bit of that in my life. Where do you think that jealousy comes from? because I'm going to tell you one of the residual effects of jealousy. Shout out to Kevin Robinson. Kevin Robinson says, good morning, Anton. I appreciate you for creating a Patreon. I've made great business connections in the Discord. I'm going to stop right there. We're going to read the rest of the super chat in a minute. Let's start over. Good morning, Anton. I appreciate you for creating the Patreon. I've made great business connects in the Discord. Hope to meet you at a meetup next time you're in LA. Gratitude. One of the benefits of being in a Discord is that you get to be with a group of people that's rocking and going in the direction that you're going in. It's not just the videos. It's not just the mastermind sessions. It's not just the Patreon exclusives. It's not just to build a business. It's literally a community of people that's dope. Shout out to you, Kevin, for utilizing the Patreon till its fullest extent, aligning with really dope people, going in that super dope direction, and actually leveling up and rocking out. Shout out to all of my people, all of my bag chasers. Shout out to the people. Let me give a special shout out to the Patreon members that's been there since day one. Do you know, let me tell you how the Patreon, how I really, really launched it. When I broke out the Patreon, I made a limited amount of spots. I said, I don't have time for everybody because I wanted to make sure that I really was able to learn each and every individual person. And so I've created a limited amount of spots. I think it was like 100 spots and it sold out like that without even blinking. And then I expanded it because y'all was in the chat. Anton, you're not letting us get a seat at the table. I said, okay, cool. We're going to do the early adopters. We're going to make it nothing. We're going to make the barrier to entry to nothing. Sold out just like that. And I told y'all I was never opening that back up. Now we got the only tier left, which unlocks and gives you access to everything that everybody else has been doing for an extended period of time. And people still are wasting it. Now, when I close it, and I'm telling you and I'm warning you right now, when I close it, I'm not opening that up back again. I already told you I never opened up that. I never opened up that. A limited seat at the table is available as people drop off. And as you can see, it's never available because no, invitation only. Shout out to the people that's been holding me down since day one and actually leveling up as a result of the information that you've received in participating in this thing. Persevere Data TV says, jealousy is taking the anger of you being mad at the old you for growing into the current you and projecting it on someone else. I've never, ever heard it put like that. Never heard it put like that. Shout out to Persevere Data TV. That is an interesting perspective. Jealousy is taking the anger of you being mad at the old you for growing into the current you and projecting it into someone else. I might have to think about that. I'm going to sit on that for a minute. Shout out to Sabrina and everybody that's in the Patreon said we meeting in the Discord tomorrow. Do you know that my people set up meetings in my Discord without my permission? And I think it's phenomenal. They be setting up business meetings. They be working on different business plans. They be connecting with each other. They be linking up. Do you know that every time that I fly into a city, and then we're going to really deep dive into the show. You know that every time that I fly into a city and I say, some of y'all have heard some of my speeches in person and things like that. And then I'll say something like, one of the parts of what I like to emphasize to people is I say, listen, if you walk away from this thing and the only thing you got from it was the gems and the wisdom of one-on-one time and kicking it with me and having conversations and having a good time at this meetup, and you not connecting with the people that I brought together that's also dope in this room, you're doing yourself a disservice. Y'all took that and y'all ran with it. Y'all took that and y'all ran with it. Y'all are truly leveraging every single resource that you have in order to be successful. And I appreciate y'all for doing the work because it makes my heart glad that this community of people, that it's not just information, but it's a community and that you're using the information in order to continue to level up. So shout out to the bag chasers. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you need to kick it with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com and we're going to get it popping. All right. So let's get into the show. Shout out to all of my people. Shout out to my ladies. Shout out to my gentlemen. Again, this is No Fumble on the Fridays, and we try to make this a lot more enjoyable, right? I've been hitting y'all every day, Monday through Thursday this week, because we went really deep diving into the money. Monday through Thursday this week has been a bevy of information for you guys to be able to lean into and to make sure that you continue to level up. Monday through Thursday has been insane. If you have not been replaying, saving, and rewatching Monday through Thursday, I rewatched every single show that I did this week almost immediately. And I had that junk playing in my ear like, oh my God. Like, it even inspires me to an extent to continue to grow and to level up and continue to hit y'all and make sure that I'm coming every single day with that fire and that heat. So I'm going to ask you to hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Again, the link to the Patreon is in the description. You know how to get in touch with me if you need to book a personal call. And then we got Fight Club tonight. It's absolutely awesome. Lapeef Network. We're doing a Lapeef experience in Atlanta next week. If you haven't got your tickets, go and click on any video from Lapeef within the last month or so, and you'll be able to see the link in the description and be able to pick up your tickets. And I'll be there. I guess Rita will be there. We'll see how that flows. All right, so let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. So the first thing, before we get into this video, what the heck is going on in Chicago? What is going on in Chicago, people? Huh? How are we playing this? How does this make sense? Have y'all heard about what's going on in Chicago? No? Let me share it with you really quickly. We're just going to do a couple quick hits. We're going to do a throwback today. All right? Couple quick hits on the throwback. They telling me that the Chicago Housing Authority, 16th and the 17th person, has been fired, resigned. They getting indicted by the federal government. The alphabet boys is walking in and they saying, what are you doing? And why have you been frauding as far as taking these PPP loans? I did a video yesterday after I went and picked up my Porsche, and I said, Squares is winning. You know, us people that usually tap in on Fight Club and don't get caught up after 12 o'clock at night up in these streets getting caught up trying to be cool. You know, the people that is looking to actually level up and is pouring into their 401ks and their Roth 401ks and getting their bonuses and negotiating better packages. You know, the people that is truly doing the work and they join the Patreon and the Discord and they are part of the bag chasers and all of those type of people. Squares are winning. Live fast, die young is not the move. YOLO, nope. On other platforms and other things that I've been doing, I've been showing y'all and highlighting how even it's a chick and she's been going viral. She can't even walk. For the last 10 years, she's had AIDS and she didn't even know it. Being passed around in the industry. I did a whole show. See, the thing that I do was I try to bring awareness to everything that you do, and I'm solutions oriented. So whether I'm talking about the money, whether I'm talking about relationships, whether I'm talking about the streets, I'm trying to help you to understand how you need to move more effectively so that you can ensure that you're successful. And now we got this, right? Chick being passed around in the streets, linked to several celebrities. I wonder how many celebrities got that monster. She's been literally walking around with, I wonder how many celebrities got the monster. We're not even talking about the basic STIs and STDs. I wonder how many celebrities got that monster. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal being a square. It is awesome being a square. Let's deep dive. 16 Chicago Housing Authority employees were fired after one has quit after an internal investigation found they committed federal program fraud when they submitted false Paycheck Protection Program applications to receive C-19 relief funds they were not entitled to. Let me tell you how this happens, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell y'all how this happens. One person do it and they get away with it for a little bit of time because they're not aware that the federal government is watching, and they didn't know that they were going to become public as far as their names being exposed as to them finessing and frauding and doing his PPP loans and that thing that I've been warning y'all for a long time. And so what happens is You being the sucker that you are says, man, they balling. Look at their Instagram profile. And they never told you how they got it, but they just telling you that they out here getting it. They traveling the country. They having a hot girl summer. They moving back and forth to Mexico. They don't care nothing about none of that. They just out here getting it, getting it, getting it. And they looking good to you, but you then take a step away from me and think that it makes sense for you to finesse, even though I told you to stay down for an extended period of time, because everything that we do, we keep in mind the 30-year view instead of focusing on the 30-day view. So you follow them and you ask them what the finesse is. They give you the game. You go and do the same thing. And next thing you know, it's 17 of y'all up to this point that's getting finessed. And now you're going to be wearing the metal bracelets. And I'm not talking about golden handcuffs. Golden handcuffs are what they give you in corporate America because it's so hard to walk away based off of the fact that they're paying you so much money. I'm talking about the metal bracelets. You know the ones that I'm talking about, the ones that you got to go to jail with. Yeah. As a mission-driven organization that serves families, seniors, and people experiencing housing insecurity, everyone who works at CHA, Chicago Housing Authority, must operate from a place of integrity. CHA CEO Tracy Scott, that's this woman right here. Why do every woman in Chicago that got a position of authority got these short haircuts and they looking like they carpet munchers? Neither here nor there. Let's continue. Investigation by the housing authorities. Inspector General was looking into all active CHA employees who were identified as having gotten a PPP loan, but hadn't previously received authorization to hold a second job. So this is what happens. And this is why I tell y'all need to let me see y'all contracts. Tap in with me, kick it with me. A lot of people are smart. I've been talking to somebody, I'm coaching a young bull. The dude is only 22 years old. 22 years old, recently gotten married, just got a job at Google, moving out to California, making a bag. Shout out to my bag chasers. I've been guiding him every step along the way. What successful marriage looks like, how it is that you need to be moving when it comes to your education, what degree program you need to be focused on, what jobs and internships you can get as a result of it. We've got his whole life planned out. You telling me a 22-year-old man, a 22-year-old man is more intentional than you folks that continue to run in these victim Olympics and these echo chambers. And then I got to go up on your platform and serve you a dose of reality. A 22-year-old man got Anton from AntonDaniels.com helping him to plan his entire journey out. This man will be a millionaire before he's 30. Before he's 30, he's going to be a millionaire. Never ran in the victim Olympics, came from a difficult household, taking every video that I say and implementing. I say, hey, you need to get out of your comfort zone and move to a bigger city. That dude is gone. Dude is gone. Hey, man, listen, while you sitting there wasting that girl's time, either you're going to get married or you're going to keep it moving. And if you're going to get married, this is the way that you got to do it in order to protect yourself and put yourself in a position to be successfully married if that's what you're looking to do. Taking it off. Soon as he do it, he put her in a certain room, she introducing to a certain person, and then they out here winning, moving. He just got a 150 bag. Dude is 22 years old, making 150 a year base. Don't got nothing to do with bonuses, don't do nothing with salary, entry level, killing the game. Square as ever. Ain't got to worry about no PPP loans. Ain't got to worry about the federal government chasing him down. We got his whole life mapped out because we reverse engineered what it looks like for him to be successful. And I created milestones for him along the way so that he ain't got to ever worry about doing the same thing that these Dusty Dusties is doing. And I guarantee you, he has never typed in a chat one time, but he hit me up for coaching calls. He was hitting me up for coaching calls way before he got the bag, which is why he got the bag. And we was talking and I said, yo, let me see your contract, right? And he said, Anton, I know you talking about utilizing your time effectively. So should I get this second one? And I was able to break down exactly how he would if he decided that he wanted to get a second job And I needed to go over and see what the non-compete agreements was and everything that was in his contract. And so what happened here is that because they signed the contract to work for this organization, the inspector general was looking into employees. It says it right here. Looking into employees that got the PPP loan but hadn't previously received authorization to hold a second job or hadn't disclosed outside business income or their annual financial interest statements. When you get certain jobs and certain positions, whether it be private or public, they have rules. And there's things that you have to be aware of. One of the things that I experienced, how does Anton know so much about this? Well, let me explain it to you. Earlier in my career, because I've always had businesses, I've always had to disclose or had conversations based off of what it was that I was doing, which is one of the reasons why I don't even have any businesses in my name anymore. It's good to be married, because then I could utilize something that also has my best interest at heart, which is a person that I'm married to, because I keep telling y'all that being married is just as much of a business as it is love. You keep getting married based off of love. I'm trying to help you to understand that with two of us, I can utilize you and your name and your social security number and the way that you move more effectively from a business perspective so that we can get this bag. Even though it's me and I'm the one that's pulling all of the strings, you are moving according to how you're supposed to move so that we could be more successful. But you keep sitting here telling me how, oh man, these women want what we want. That's because you don't know how to utilize them more effectively so that you can get that bag, because marriage is just as much of a business as it is love. And then you want to sit there and argue with me while I'm utilizing mine to do what it is that we do. Anton, why do you pay your chick? Well, because I can leverage. That's Patreon level content. Join a Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. It's so much information and knowledge that I got from y'all just from my own personal life experiences and dealing with certain things in business and corporate America. I am a jewel holder. I have so much to give you. It's so much to come. I have so many different ideas and videos and businesses that I want to build with you guys, but you're going to have to participate in your own success. Stop letting people discourage you from doing the thing that's in your best interest. If you don't know how to unleash a woman, and I'm not even talking about on some masculine type of junk, I'm talking about just looking at things from a business perspective. If you don't know how to move a little differently so that you can unleash her, we're not trying to. One of the reasons why I got on dude about not letting his chick out the house and being able to speak and hug on other people, man, I don't give a fuck about who she hug on. We trying to get a fucking bag. What do I care about hugging? Hugging? You act like you fingered her in the back of the parking lot. Man, go hug that dude and go get that bag for me. Go talk to that dude's wife and then introduce me to him. I'm trying to unleash you. I'm not trying to hold you down. I don't need you sitting in the crib vacuuming all day. How many times can you vacuum the same carpet all day? My daughter is out traveling in school. I'm out here getting this bag. Let me tell you how you can move more effectively so that we can be even more successful and I can enable you so we can be better versions of ourselves. You sitting here trying to hold her down, and she got skills. She got interpersonal abilities. Her communication is excellent. She knows business acumen. She knows how to continue to, man, you sitting here wasting your time. You telling me the only reason that you sitting here with this chick is so that you can get some pussy and some head? Nigga, what are you, 13? What are you, 13? Man, if you don't put that chick in a position of power so that you can utilize that. I'm getting off track. I'm sorry, y'all. Great info, Anton. Shernon says, Anton gonna put you to work. You got that right. And you know what the beautiful part about it is, Shernon? You know what the beautiful part about putting her to work is that she wants to be used. She wants to feel wanted. She wants you to put her in position of power. She feels more emboldened when you actually utilize her talents. Who don't want to be appreciated and used for the things that they're able to do more successfully? Who don't want to utilize their talents? Y'all do it for free half the time. Y'all go out here, do volunteer work. I want to pour into people, nurturing. Y'all be volunteering at the hospitals and stuff like that just because you want to be used. Let me really unleash you. Not only am I going to utilize the talents that you've identified, I can bring something out of you, baby girl, that you don't even know that you got yet. I'm Professor Xavier. I want to nurture and unleash your power. Let's take over the world. Neither here nor there. Let's continue, y'all. Look, I do. Put me to work. I do. Put me to work. That's what they saying. Put me to work. Utilize me. Anyways, the Inspector General found that employees submitted falsified applications to small businesses to the Small Business Association. As a result, 16 Chicago Housing Authority employees were fired on July 15th, and the 17th resigned before the agency could act. The news follows a recent report from a watchdog that oversees Cook County government, which found 4 employees had committed financial fraud directed at the federal government by wrongly collecting roughly $120,000 in paycheck protection loans. You telling me, let's say 120 divided by 4 is $30,000 a piece. You telling me you was willing to risk your job and your freedom and getting that felony on your record for $30,000? You wanted that bag that bad. You just had to have. Listen, you wasn't going to be a boss chick unless you had an Hermes. You wasn't going to be that dude unless you could put that down payment on that Corvette, that C8. You wanted $30,000 for the rest of your life. Whew. County Inspector General Patrick Blanchard recommended they be placed on the county's do not rehire list. 3 had worked in financially sensitive county departments. A 4th, who worked at the county's board of review, had already resigned. None are named in that report, which is regular practice of the office. Check this part out, though. Hold on. Let me give y'all the good part. Check this part out. In a quarterly report released last spring, Richards determines there was a significant indicator of such potential fraud, finding the CHA participants had received $135 million in PPP loans. The CHA participants. Here's what the participants is. This is the context. Listen to this one right here. The office identified matched CHA program participants to those who received the PPP loans and found 6,280 people, either heads of households or family members, had received them. Of those, 3,053 received loans of $20,000. This is about half. $20,000 or more, indicating they reported annual business income of just under $100,000. Another 2,500 PPP borrowers whose addresses match the CHA participant addresses were not authorized to live there by the agency. Oh my God. Given a widely reported high level of fraud on PPP loan program, the OIG views a vast number of these loans as suspect and potentially fraudulent. They're going to review every last one of them. Raising concerns about whether those individuals misled the CHA about their income. The CHA sets income limits for voucher eligibility based on housing and urban development guidelines. The voucher program subsidizes housing payments for lower income families or for a family of 4. For example, the 2022 income limit is $83,000. Think about this. 2 things to draw from this conversation, right? Listen. That voucher program subsidizes housing payments for lower income families. For a family of 4, for example, the 2022 income limit is $83,000. Listen, it's 2 things that you can glean from this, and then we're going to move on. A family of 4, the 2022 income limit for you to be able to receive a voucher, because the Chicago Housing Urban and Development Guidelines is indicating this, They saying that you poor if you got a family of four at $83,000. And so it ain't Anton that's telling you. The Chicago Housing Authority is saying you poor if you make less than $83,000 a year. This is not my opinion. This is them. You can apply to get some help if you make less than $83,350 a year. So if the Chicago Housing Authority is saying that you need help, big homie, then what are you looking at me for when I'm telling you that you are not thriving just because your household income is $67,000 or even $40,000 a year that y'all keep arguing with me about? Yes, I'm going to revisit these conversations over and over and over again. They are telling you you need help at $83,000 for a family of four. And you sitting here telling me that you are balling? Hoppo, where? Where? You fighting me over the idea of $40,000 a year, and the Chicago Housing Authority said, nope, let me give you a handout. That's A. B, why would people have employees, paycheck protection program? You automatically are issued a red flag. When we talk about this, and let me indicate this right here before we continue to go. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. What I'm telling you, and I'm observing what these articles are saying, and I'm relating it to my own life experience and how I move, okay? I'm not telling you what to do. But what I'm telling you is that you need to raise your standards. We need to start having conversations about how we can really have financial freedom. And if you are making $40,000 to $47,000 a year, you are more than likely going to be on the Paycheck Protection Check program, because they want to know, what are you doing with, let's scroll up. Let's scroll up for a minute. Hold on. What did it say? $135 million in PPP loans. Who you employing? Who you employing? I'm curious. It's saying they got over 6,000 more people to go and vet through. 6,000 more people, specifically, not only the 17 that they caught in the Chicago Housing Authority office, but it's 6,280 people. Let me say this right here. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go to the next thing, okay? If you got a PPP loan, if you was out here scamming and frauding, don't call me for a coaching call. Don't ask me I don't want my number to be tied to your number, because I don't want them looking at me saying, Anton, you know this nigga? And I'm going to be like, nope. I ain't never heard of him in my life. As a matter of fact, he banned from live streams. I don't even want this dude in a live stream. If you got a PPP loan and you out here frauding and scamming and doing dirty stuff, please don't walk up in the Bag Chasers University sitting there talking about, I want to kick it with y'all and I want to have a great time. Nope. I do not want you in there. I am not interested in being tied to you. Please keep my name out your mouth. I truly do not want to be associated. I don't want to know. Don't talk to me about it. Don't admit nothing to me. I am not a lawyer. I am not bound by the statutes of laws to be able to hold this information in. And not saying that I'm going to go out here and tell on you, because I ain't got nothing to do with that. But all I'm saying is stay away from me. Stay away from me. I don't want to know. I don't want to be associated with anything that got to do with anything that's illegal. Stay away from Time Dog, all right? Cool? All right, so I got one more quick hit. Before we get to the meat and potatoes, because I do want to get into this guy that's making $90,000 a year. I haven't seen the video. I know that you guys sent it to me. It looked intriguing because he was actually a black guy and he's a mail carrier. He's a blue collar worker. I said, I want to get into that. But before we get into that, what's going on out here in these streets? What's going on out here in California? I was reading a report today. I'm going to break down a couple different things for y'all. All right. I was reading it. Don't sit here and say, listen, California was awesome. But as we was driving, Rita and I was like, yo, could we live here? Is it possible financially to actually be able to thrive the way that we like to thrive here in California? The sentiment is, the sentiment is everybody, according to the Los Angeles Times, is still running away from California, Los Angeles, San Francisco, everywhere. People are asking themselves, why are we here? Okay. After living in the Bay Area for nearly 7 years, Hari and his wife decided to leave the East Coast for good late last year. They both work remotely. They wanted to leave California because of the high cost of living and urban crime. So they made a list of potential relocation cities before choosing Miami for its sunny weather and what they perceived was a better sense of safety. Now, here's what I'm hearing for people down in Miami. They say, we don't want you, Harpo. The people down in Miami is like, yo, please stay where you are. The people in Texas was like, no, y'all created that for yourselves. Y'all keep on voting in Governor Newsom. Stay away. He said that their Oakland house had been broken into 4 times and that prior to the pandemic, his wife called him every day during her 7-minute walk home from the BART station because she felt safer with somebody on the phone. After moving to Miami, he said they accidentally left their garage door open one day and was floored when they returned home and found that nothing had been stolen. You know it's bad out here in these streets when you surprised that ain't nothing got stolen out of your house when you move to a better neighborhood. Have y'all ever moved out of the hood and you no longer heard sirens and then it just felt weird? You couldn't sleep. I know that happened to me. When I first moved out of the hood, I could not sleep because it was too quiet. I kept hearing all of the bugs outside and you know how you start hearing crickets and stuff like that? I couldn't sleep. It took me like 2 weeks to get used to not being in the hood because that was my norm. I was used to hearing ruckus. I was used to hearing crackheads walking down the street. I was used to hearing sirens. I was used to hearing a gunshot every now and then. That it became norm. You didn't even jump up or flip out when you heard a gunshot. And now they saying, listen, we was living in regular houses in California and we were so used to it that we would just normally call each other during my 7-minute walk from the BART station just because I'm used to having somebody on the phone just in case something happened to me. He said there wasn't much draw on California's quality of life, local or social policies, or cost of living. That forced us to question where we actually wanted to live. An acceleration of people leaving the coastal California began during the first year of the pandemic, but new data show it continued even after lockdowns and other restrictions eased. California ranks second in the country for outbound moves, a phenomenon that has snowballed during the pandemic, according to a report by the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago, which tracked data from moving company United Van Lines between 2018 and 2019. That rate rose to nearly 60% in 2021. And then right after that, I'm looking at a report and it says Californians and other Americans are also flooding Mexico City, and some locals don't even want y'all. They say, we don't want y'all money. We don't want y'all way of living. We don't want y'all lattes. We don't want y'all Pilates studios. Please leave Mexico. Ain't that crazy that people are migrating over to Mexico and the Mexicans saying, we don't even want to come back over to where y'all at now? Is this not a reflection of everything being upside down? I thought America is the place where everybody wanted to come. Now they saying, nah, get out of where we live at because we don't want you here. Look, check this out. This is what they saying in Mexico. We're the only brown people, said bustos. You know, we used to think of bustos as women that everybody was hitting at the same time. Neither here nor there. A 38-year-old writer and university professor says we're the only people speaking Spanish except for the waiters. Welcome to America, where everything is upside down. He said, we the only brown people over here in Mexico City. Y'all done took over Mexico City too? Y'all took over Mexico City? I might go visit Mexico next month. Mexico has long been a top foreign travel destination for Americans. Its bountiful beaches and picturesque pueblos, luring tens of millions of U.S. people, whatever, so on and so forth. From Brooklyn, Silicon Valley, so on and so forth. The influx has accelerated since the onset of the pandemic, which is likely to continue as inflation rises. It's transforming some of the city's most treasured neighborhoods into expat enclaves. Y'all out here in the dark over there in Mexico, working from home. In a leafy, walkable quarter such as Roma, Condesa, Centro, and Juarez, rents are soaring as Americans and other foreigners snap up houses and landlords trade long-term renters for travelers willing to pay more on Airbnbs, taqueras, corner stores, and fondas. Small family-run lunch spots are being replaced by Pilates studios, co-working spaces, and sleek cafes advertising oat milk lattes and avocado toast. Y'all over there turning Mexico into America? All of these Californians and New York people is migrating over there and messing up their bags too. Now y'all got the rent going up. Y'all causing inflation over in Mexico City. What is y'all doing over here? Why y'all over there ruining them brown people? And English, well, it's everywhere, ringing out at supermarkets, natural wine, bars, and fitness classes in a park. Think about it like this. When I went down to, when I'm down in, not Tampa, when I'm down in Miami. When I'm down in Miami, everybody speaks Spanish. So much so to where you almost have to be bilingual just to get a regular job. I'm not talking about a high-end job. I'm not talking about working at a high-end place, or you doing some kind of development, or you at a big company. You have to speak Spanish in order to really be able to operate and live the way you need to live down there in Miami. You do. And now you got to speak English to operate over in Mexico City. Ain't that funny how things turn around? Shout out to Dub Will. Dub Will says it's probably pronounced Bustos. Bustos? Bustos. So now y'all down there ruining Mexico City, messing up all of the money. At Lardo, a Mediterranean restaurant where on any given night, 3/4 of the tables are filled with foreigners, a Mexican man in a well-cut suit recently took a seat at the bar, gazed at the English language menu before him and sighed as he handed it back. A menu in Spanish, please. And the locals are fed up. Wait, listen. I don't know anybody that's more hated right now than Californians. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know anybody, or listen, if you from California and you moving somewhere, don't tell them you from California. They're going to hate you. Don't say you from the Bay Area, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Don't say you was born and raised there. People absolutely despise Californians right now because Californians are like the poster children for bad voting policies, raising taxes, supporting bad governors, and then taking their money and messing it up in other areas and other parts of the country where inflation is absolutely out of control. I'm not telling you my opinion. I'm just telling you what I hear people say all the time. They say, don't turn Texas into California. Don't mess it up. But everybody in California is now in Texas, and Texas is soon going to be a blue state. Georgia is a blue state. They trying to turn Florida back to a blue state. Governor Newsom says, I'm fighting this with every single thing in my body. I'm going to make sure that I raise taxes more in California than ever. And then DeSantis says, listen, we don't want y'all here. We even willing to kick Disney World out of here if y'all keep on coming over here with these bad voting policies and bad economic mindset. You messing up the bag over here. And now y'all running down to Mexico City. Y'all know I love my California people. I did a meetup out in LA and it was dope. It was lit. I just don't understand how y'all are able to survive out there with them high taxes. Anyways, neither here nor there. So Anton wants to now jump into the meat and potatoes of what I wanted to dive into. High value man, we're going to find out. It's Friday. Make sure y'all don't fumble the bag. Please hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. I'm not even going to get up and walk away because I'm feeling so froggy today. I'm feeling absolutely awesome. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and then more importantly, join the Bag Chasers. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I'm doing the Lapeef Experience in Atlanta next week, a 2-day event on the 5th and the 6th. And if you can't get it, make sure you stream it. Yep, we're going to be streaming. We're doing phenomenal things. And then last but not least, if you need to kick it with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com and we're going to get y'all popping. All right. So upgrades to the studio after I get back from the Lapeef Network event. And then I might even be traveling and living in a completely different place over the next 2 to 3 weeks to end August before my daughter goes back to school. We're going to see how it goes. Upcoming announcement on when the next Patreon meetup. That's going to be in the Patreon, and then we're going to get it popping. So apparently this young man makes about $90,000 a year. Now I'm curious, ladies. U.S. mail carrier. Apparently he's a square because, men that work 9 to 5s and got regular jobs like myself is considered a square. He makes $90,000 a year. I have not seen the video, but apparently you guys sent it to me and you said, Anton, I want you to react to it. All right, so let's get into it and I'm going to break it down. We're going to look at his budget in the whole 9 yards, all right? Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. I shouldn't have to tell you one more time. Let's get it popping.
I work for the United States Postal Service. I'm a mail carrier and I just deliver mail every day, all day. My grandfather worked for the post office for many years, so did a couple of my other relatives. And he said that if I go there, I would be able to make a decent amount of money and get a lot of hours. And so I tried it. My name is Jordan Myers. I'm 29 years old. My base salary is $41,000 a year. And
his base salary is $41,000 a year. And he can make up to 90. So this is the difference, y'all. This is the difference. A lot of y'all don't understand it, but you really need to pay attention. His base salary is $41,000 a year, but he very much expects to make 90. I wonder if he can survive off of that 41. But his whole sentiment behind joining the job in the first place is that his grandfather and his father, or whoever he just said that he can make a lot more money as a result of it. Let's continue.
Year, and this year I'm on track to make over $90,000.
Get it then.
And I live in Memphis, Tennessee.
Get it, young man. Get it. Get that bag.
When I first
Is he riding a Tesla? Let me back that up a little bit. Let me see what's happening out here in these streets. I think he riding a Tesla. Is he out here testing? He riding a Tessie? This should be interesting. I'm very, very, very curious as to what this man is moving like. This is going to be interesting.
When I first started, they could just send you anywhere, no matter what route, no matter who's off. When I first started, I used to walk 25 miles a day.
No wonder he's so fucking skinny. I need to be a mail carrier. He said he used to walk 25 miles a day. Yo, I don't know what y'all mail carriers are like, but our mail carriers here, they don't even get out the truck unless they got to deliver a bigger package. Our mail carriers here don't even get out the truck. They got their stuff on the right side. They drive on the right side of the truck in them antiquated, old gas guzzling USPS mail trucks, and they don't even get out the truck at all. But in Detroit, not downtown, not midtown, not Corktown, but in the regular urban neighborhoods, our mail carriers used to carry mace. If I was them, I would have carried a pistol because them dogs is out there running rampant. I remember seeing my mail guy get chased by a dog, and we came outside and he was jumped up on top of the car because the dog was circling the car. Them dudes used to work and run so much. Matter of fact, my mail carrier used to come on the route and he would take off his mail bag and he would hoop with us in the backyard. Shout out to my mail carrier. I wonder whatever happened to that dude. He would stop and he would hoop for like an hour. He would be sweating and everything, and then he would get back and he would go on his mail carrying job.
25.
Look at what he works. He works 12 to 13 hours a day. He is not doing a regular 9 to 5. He's working odd hours. He's going all over the place. He's working 12 to 13 hours a day. Every guy that I know, whether or not you in corporate America, whether you're doing a normal everyday blue collar job, if you're doing your regular business, every dude that I personally am associated with and that I have in my network, I do not know a dude that does not work at least 12 hours a day, at least 6 days a week. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Every dude I know is getting it like that. They getting it how they live.
I don't have that many skills, so this one skill I know I do got is my mindset and how much I'm determined. So I chose to go to the post office because they would give me the most amount of hours.
So he doing it based off of need. He's not doing it because he has options, but it doesn't ever matter because he said, I'm doing it because of my mindset. Detroit mailmen deliver at 12 p.m. for safety. Man, I'm telling you, and the D is different, Persevere Data TV. It's different, bro. It is different. He works 14 miles a day, even in extreme conditions. So it don't matter if it's snowing. It don't matter if it's raining. It don't matter if it's sunny outside. He has to walk 14 miles a day. This is what I'm talking about. Do you understand what men go through on a regular basis? And I'm going to be honest with you. I see women mail carriers, but I see them all driving a truck. I do not see them walking the streets. I do not see the women mail carriers walking the streets. And maybe y'all do. Maybe I'm not familiar with it. Maybe they just get the best routes in the best neighborhoods. I do not see female mail carriers walking the streets. I don't. Especially in the hood. Never had a female mail carrier in our life. And if we did, if it was a female mail carrier that was operating like that in the hood, trust and believe every dude in the hood would have been trying to holler at her and get at her. I'm telling you. So think about this, for example. He has to walk 14 miles a day. Has to. Ladies, are y'all willing to do that? In the snow, the rain, anything like that? No matter what the conditions are you willing to compete with a dude like this that got to walk 14 miles a day to get it?
When I came back to the post office after having my son, right when the pandemic hit, it was nothing like I've seen before. It was just empty. Mail piling up everywhere. It was tough. The pandemic scared a lot of people, and a lot of people just really took advantage of it. When you do stuff like that, you can not only just hurt your coworkers, you can hurt like a whole community. Like the post office actually delivered medicine to people. So when I tell you when it was scarce, it was actually scary because you seeing checks, it's just piling up to the brim.
So we do need these people. We do need regular everyday workers, and it is important that they exist. And shout out to the people. And that's why I always say, listen, if you're getting it legally and you're doing your job or whatever, so on and so forth, shout out to you. The difference is that I want you to make the informed decisions with the resources that you got so that you don't have to depend on that in order for yourself to survive. Because the best thing about having money is that it gives you options. Money gives you options. If tomorrow, corporate America said, Anton, every single day for the rest of your life, you got to come into work tomorrow. Guess what I'm doing? I'm out because I don't need it. It gives me options. It's nice to have. I'm very much expecting to go into the office like I do in the afternoons a lot of time. And I might even expand my schedule because I actually like interacting with people out in the streets. I like going into the office. I do in the afternoon a lot of times after the morning show. However, I am not going to be bound by this regulatory spirit that they have out here in corporate America. And I think that most people should go into office, but based off of how I got things set up, I'm straight. AL says, cousin is a mail carrier. She was walking those routes in Chicago even when she was pregnant. Whoa. Really? Must be nice to be a modern woman out here.
But a lot of people are also quitting just due to being burnt out. A lot of people are quitting due to family reasons. So it's slightly getting better, but at the same time, it's a big struggle. It really is. My mom's just struggled a lot, still to this day, struggling.
I couldn't do it. Think about that. He said his mom just struggled a lot, still to this day struggled. His mom has been struggling her entire life. That is not a life to live, y'all. Listen, y'all often at times say my grandparents and my grandparents and my grandparents' grandparents did it. And I'm telling y'all that that's not necessarily the life that you want to live. That's not the move, y'all. You don't want to struggle your whole life.
When I started living him, it was like a whole nother world because he has his own lawn service and that's his thing. You have to go to work.
No choice. 11 siblings in one household? 11 kids in one household. And a lot of them kids look like they're about the same age. What is his father doing out here in these streets? AL says all the way through 8 months. That's insane, bro. That is insane. His man's father had 11 kids?
I think he was making around 70, 80K. But with that many people and that many mouths to feed and so much going on. But he made enough to know we can get what we wanted sometimes and a lot what we needed. Seeing that really helps me push forward because
that's just bad. That's bad parenting. I don't care what nobody say. That is bad parenting. To be making $70,000 to $80,000 a year and have 11 kids. That is bad parenting.
Realize as a kid you want stuff, but then you get older you realize everything you want is like
he got all the
expensive.
toys.
So apparently I have expensive taste. And that's what makes you go to work. The day I realized my dad had that mentality, I realized my dad was shot like 4 to 5 times. My little brother bumped his car one time and his gun dropped and it shot him through his ankle. And he had to go to the hospital. Even after going to the hospital with that shot, it wasn't even 24 hours. He was at work with a cast on. My dad said,
who was that, Iron Man? This dude done been shot 3 or 4 times? And the next day, you know what? But see, think about it though. Do you know why he went to work right after that? Because he could not afford to take a day off. This man said his dad got shot in the leg, got a cast on, and was back at work the next day. What the fuck? That is insane. That is absolutely insane. How do you get shot in your leg and then you right back at work? See, I know y'all little pussyfooting dudes today. Y'all not doing that. You ain't doing that. Man, you call off of work when you get a half of a nick on your fingernail. Ooh, my finger hurt. I'm hurt. I have to call off work. I'm not feeling good today. This man got shot in his leg and was back. I don't want no more of my people that work for me calling off unless you get shot in your leg. That's it. I don't care what happened to you. Unless you get shot in the leg, anybody that work for me need to be at work the next day.
we don't make excuses, and he went to work. So
we don't make excuses.
I figured if a 50-year-old dude can go that hard in paint, clearly I'm lazy, so I know I can do it.
This is why men need fathers in their life.
My actual base salary is actually doable. As far as our grocery bill.
Ooh, do he got a milk of magnesia in his house? Do he got a snow bunny? Somebody get this over to Umar Johnson so I can see what he say. This man got milk of magnesia in his house. They said his father had no dick discipline. 10 kids. Needed a vasectomy 10 kids ago. His dad was out here killing it. Shu Howell says, let me see what Shu's saying. What up, Shu? Shu says, Anton, my boy, lost his job as a stockbroker and had to become a mail carrier to keep his family lifestyle. He did it, but he lost 25 pounds walking. Wow. I guess if y'all want to be fit, become a mail carrier. Jesus Christ. He lost his job as a stockbroker and became a mail carrier, and he wound up losing 25 pounds. That's insane. He got him an old milk of magnesia out here.
Being at work majority of all day. I just
somebody send this to Umar Johnson.
Balance. I came up with it because majority of combos are like $8 to $9. And as far as my wife,
she might just be light skinned. Let me see.
She normally buys a lot of groceries.
Is she light skinned or is she white?
150 in just groceries. But as far as like how we mainly handle bills, I get my wife to pay the utilities. Here in Memphis, we do all utilities together. I was trying to make sure all her bills are way less than 1,000, so that way she can easily afford them and still do the things she
Let me
wants
back
to
up.
do together. I was trying 150 in just groceries. But as far as like how we mainly handle bills, I get my wife to pay the utilities.
So his wife pays the utilities. He makes $90,000 a year. He gets his wife to pay utilities. Okay, let's continue.
Here in Memphis, we do all utilities together. I was trying to make sure all her bills are way less than 1,000, so that way she can easily afford them and still do the things she wants to do. She handles the Comcast, she handles the car insurance, and she handles the child daycare. So that's
His wife, let's break this down. I know a lot of y'all said y'all want a high value man. I think this man could quite possibly be considered high value to a certain extent for a lot of you. We're not talking about what Anton is defining as high value. I'm talking about what y'all asked for. He's very close to six figures. He makes $90,000 a year. He's a good guy, so on and so forth. Let's break down what he said. He said he got her paying the Comcast bill. She paying the utilities. She paying the daycare. She paying, what else? He said she was paying something else. Car insurance. She paying all of her own stuff. She paying a lot of stuff. This is what he said. If he said it, who am I to dispute it? This is what he said. So let's break down this budget. $41 in insurance, and I'm guessing that's rental insurance. B says my future five kids. B told me she wanted 5 kids. My future 5 seems reasonable now, huh? No, it does not, B. Dub Will says getting shot is a reason, not an excuse. Let's break down this budget, y'all. He says insurance is $41, miscellaneous is $60. What is miscellaneous? Let me look down here. Pet expenses is miscellaneous. Let me see what this insurance is. Health, dental, and vision is insurance. So I guess what comes out of his paycheck is health, dental, and vision. Dang, only $41? Wow, they only charging him $41 a month for insurance? That can't be right. Does the U.S. Postal Service have that good of insurance? That's insane. Phone, $62 a month. Cool. Food, $220 a month. That's probably because he's splitting the food bill with his chick. But he's saying he only paid $220 a month for food. All right. Car payment. This is where we start to get a little bit dicey. Car payment is $534 a month. He said, I work hard. I should drive something nice. I got to have this car payment. But here's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. What I don't see inside of this budget is car insurance. Car payment. I see a car payment. I do not see car insurance. Where is that in the budget, and did they miss that? Let me say it one more time. I see a car payment. I don't even see insurance. Memberships. Let's see what we got here. Netflix, Spotify, Tesla Internet Investment Group dues. Okay. So maybe he a part of the Patreon. Shout out to my Patreon members. Car payment. That $534 on that car payment. That's bothering me. Because that's not even saying what the insurance is. I know he ain't got no gas and it ain't really no maintenance on electric cars, but that car payment is bothering me. I don't see no insurance on there. And I know for a fact that electric car insurance is much, much higher than normal insurance. For all 4 of my cars, I pay about $1,000, close to $1,000 a month. And the highest ones is as a result of the Tesla and the Porsche Taycan, because both of them are electric. I don't see no car insurance on there, buddy. Where the car insurance? Housing, $800 a month. That's phenomenal. I don't know anywhere that you paying only $800 a month for housing. Got a rental property. Let me look at this rental property really quickly. Mortgage, homeowners, insurance, and expenses. So he got a rental property. Must have bought a rental property down there in Memphis, and then he saves $2,900 a month. So the only thing that I'm bothered by Let me see his savings. Liquid savings, 401k, taxable brokerage account. Okay, that's all good. The only thing in his budget that I'm bothered by is that car payment. And where's the insurance that go along with it? Y'all said he driving dirty. I know how it is. I know it. Listen, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Y'all know how y'all do. Getting them old whack-ass fake certificates and taking them to the DMV and the Secretary of State in order to get some insurance, and then they looking at you like this. You know how they be looking at you. You hand them the insurance. You know that it ain't right. So you hand them your insurance when you go on to renew your tax. They can already see in the system of whether or not you got insurance, because the insurance is reported straight to the Secretary of State, and they looking at you like this. You doing like this. You know how it is. Y'all from the hood. Y'all know what the streets is like. Got me riding dirty. Got me riding dirty. Got me riding dirty. Yo, if you got your insurance, usually when they send it to you in the mail, you can just renew it online and you ain't even got to show no proof. Don't worry about it. I know. Gonna get me riding dirty. Gonna get me riding dirty.
The Comcast, she handles the car insurance and she handles the child daycare. So that's all the bills she has, and I take care of all the rest of
them. That's dope. I like that. Oh, his wife paid insurance? My bad. See, I went on that long rant for nothing. Thank y'all for letting me know in the chat. Aaron says maybe he's combining it with her car note, with the car note expenses. No, you can't. Listen, I don't know a Tesla that you can buy that's only going to cost you $534 a month for insurance and for the car note. So I guess that she pays for his car note or his insurance, and maybe they share the car. I don't know. Shout out to Brock for showing the love to the platform. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for always holding me down on a daily basis, Brock. Let's continue.
I got into option trading. They helped me to learn rental properties, how to look up rental properties, how to properly price the rental properties.
He said he got into options trading.
They helped me to learn rental properties, how to look up rental properties. I got into option trading. They helped.
Listen, I'm not a financial advisor, but I will say this. Stay away from options trading. Stay away from being a day trader and stay away from trading options. That's my personal opinion. You can do what you want to do. I'm telling you, listen, this video is a little old. It's some months old. It was right before the stock market started going down. Stay away from options trading and stay away from being a day trader. Please, for the love of God, do not do options trading or being a day trader. You are going to get your nuts kicked in and handed to you. I'm telling you.
To learn rental properties, how to look up rental properties, how to properly price the rental properties.
Dope. I like that. I like that.
I am.
So because I looked at his budget and it's saying he was spending $900 a month on rental properties. So if he's renting out the property, then why is he spending $900 a month on rental properties? It seemed them paying the rent should cover the expenses for that. I need to figure out what the heck is going on right now.
Actively cash flowing from this property.
Pocketing $378 a month from rental income. He's cash flowing, which means that he got to pay the taxes on that money. So he's pocketing the equivalent of a little less than $4,000 a year from the rental property, which is cool and that's dope. And I think that it was smart for him to do that. But if you cash flowing instead of either A, putting it back into the property to pay it off faster, or B, making sure that you're moving strategically and investing that money in other things, then you got to pay capital gains on that. But I got to commend him for doing the work and learning to educate himself. I do want to show some love. It's not all bad. $500 a month into a savings account, bad. Put it into a brokerage account. $400 a month into 401k, that's dope. So at least he putting up $4,800 a year. And I'm sure that the post office probably matches him, but at least he's putting up $4,800 a year into his 401k, which also reduces his tax burden. Good job, young man. I'm gonna read y'all super chats in a minute.
This year for my birthday, I finally got my dream car. I've been looking at a Tesla Model 3 since it dropped. Actually, it's been my wall.
That man driving with no hands.
See, the family part, believe it or not, everybody think raising the kids is like tremendously hard. It's more mental than anything. Like just.
Is that lady white? I think he got him a milk and magnesia. Dr. Umar Johnson gonna be pissed, bro. If that lady is milk and magnesia, Dr. Umar Johnson is going to be pissed. Shout out to Mogul Naj. I appreciate you, big dog. Thank you, my friend. You are absolutely awesome, and thank you for contributing to the platform and holding me down. My dog, Sharon, I'm expecting to see you on Fight Club tonight. Says, good day. My daughter won a birthday shout out from my favorite guy. Her name is Pepper Bracey. Oh, happy birthday, Pepper Bracey. Yo, we love you. Uncle Anton got your back. Let me know if you need anything. I'm going to have to send Pepper a birthday gift. Shout out to Pepper. Shout out to you and your wife, Sharon. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pepper. Happy birthday to you. Yay, happy birthday, Pepper. Tell Pepper I said, hey, I love her. That's my homegirl. My dog, Sharon. Shout out to you, big dog. Lil Black Duck says, his mental fortitude is admirable. If you tell most folks the bag is 14 miles that way, they wouldn't even make it a quarter mile. Facts. I like this guy. I think that obviously he a little rough around the edges. He needs some smoothing out. But I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. I think that he's awesome. I like his mentality. I like his mental fortitude. I like the fact that he got rental property. I like the fact that he educating himself. I do want to understand what the heck. Why is he options trading? Jerron. Yo, shout out to Jerron. Jerron says, keep up the great work, bro. Thank you. 2 days ago, I think I missed a possible opportunity to meet and thank you in person. Much appreciated. Jerron, Unc of the Funk Carter, I appreciate you. I love you, my friend, and thank you for holding me down and continuing to pour into me, my friend. So let's get it.
Just his energy is the most.
No, I don't think he got him a
My wife works at Amazon.
What is she, y'all? What is she? She's not white. Is she mixed? Is she Hispanic? Because Umar Johnson get mad at any man, not just white. He really hate white women. But Umar Johnson gets mad at anybody that dates outside of their race.
I do bring in more money, but we kind of equal because she does have to take care of my son more. And
don't you say that y'all equal. You are not equal.
If she didn't play her role the way she played,
she's Hispanic. Okay, y'all saying that she's Hispanic.
Bro, I wouldn't even be able to work the hours I can work, so I wouldn't even make the money I make.
So she pay $100 a month in childcare expenses. They pay that to the grandmother? What are those shoes?
5 to 10 years, I see myself not at the post office. 5 years, I say I could be halfway to being a millionaire, if not more. 10 years.
He said in 5 to 10 years, I'm not going to be doing this. Let me break that down for y'all really quickly. Aaron, let me get to your super chat. He said possibly Pakistani. No, she got to be something else. She got to be, I don't know what she is. I guess it's not really important unless we get Dr. Umar Johnson to look at this. Shout out to you, Aaron. He said in 5 to 10 years, I don't want to be there. I don't want to have to get a hip replacement. I don't need knee replacements. I don't need none of that. He said, listen, I plan on being almost halfway to being a millionaire, and I want options. Even the man that is working a 9 to 5 that y'all say that y'all want is saying that he don't want to be there for the rest of his life. He not trying to do that for 30 years. He don't want to do it for 40 years and then try to get a pension. He wants to be strategic in how he lives his life. So when I tell you on a regular basis, hey, listen, you don't have to be in that space, and it's very okay for you to have options. This is what I'm talking about. He's saying that, yo, I want options, and I want the option to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I don't disagree with him. I'm okay with that. I like it when people strive for better and greater.
I think I'd be well over being a millionaire, and that's just a goal I set for myself. I think I'm going to crush it, truthfully.
What is he?
The main reason I want to share my story,
YouTuber?
when you see me, it's like, hey, that guy's also like just working a normal job day to day, and he went from here to here. So I'm hoping like I can just help the people that like trying to learn to grow like me.
I got a lot of respect for
the
him.
poor people era. So I'm hoping that with that actual growth in real time, that I can just really help people to show them that it's possible.
So what he should have did is he should have got a beater car for his daily, everyday driver. And then when he's doing his business, especially since he owns real estate and he's opening up businesses, he should have, in order to make sure that he was getting the proper write-offs if he got the proper vehicle as a result of it. But he needs to join the Patreon because there's plenty of game in there for that. All right, so listen, no fumble on a Friday. I'm so glad that you guys tuned in this week and got all of this game and all of this free information. But in addition to that, if you want to really level up, and I think that y'all got a meeting tonight in the Bag Chasers, but I'm going to go into Discord and check that. If you want to level up, make sure you join the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And Anton will be out and about in the Porsche today. So if you see me, say what up, though, all of my Detroit brethren. And then last but not least, I need you guys to make sure that y'all on Fight Club tonight. Link is in the description. We're going to be talking about some dope things. And then more importantly, I need you to do me one more thing before we get up out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be rich by ourselves. We spreading the good news, and the good news is you can become the best version of yourself and then get everything that comes along with it. I love you. I appreciate you. I am going to holler at you tonight on Fight Club. See you later, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.